Bear with me just a second. I'm not seeing my chat room, so bear with me. Okay, can you guys hear me okay? If anybody can type something into the chat room and let me know. Let's see. Bear with me just a second. Okay, here we go. Let's see. I'm getting some messages. I can see them on my phone, but not yet onto my laptop up here. So give me just a second, making sure I've got... Let's see. No. Hold on. I just hit a wrong button. Bear with me. Sorry. Here we go. Okay, I think we're good to go. Can everybody hear me okay? If you can put a note in there, okay? Yes, you can hear me. Yay! Alrighty, looks like we're live. Looks like I did it right. I was thinking I was messing up. That's what I get for thinking, right? Well, thank you so much for joining me here today. Again, this is Peggy, Oh My Angels, Wonderful Wednesday. I keep wanting to say, oh, sweet Sunday, because I did that for, 6 months. So, and then ventured out, and look at me now. I got 3 message days, Monday, Wednesday, Friday, and then I do this live event here on Wednesdays, which I'm telling you, I love giving readings. Bear with me. Sorry, I'll turn this down here. So thank you for joining me. We are up to 157 subscribers. I know to some of you that's no big deal, but or to me it's wonderful. I was so excited when I got 50, and then it was 100, now 150, and now 157. So we're getting there. But the main thing is I love to be able to give these readings, and by typing your question into the chat room, then I'll tune in here in just a minute, and we'll start getting you some answers from your angels. This morning's message, and we've heard it before, it wasn't even that long ago, it was basically let it go, right? And I thought, oh my God, it feels like I just did that the other day. But what dawned on me was the fact that I feel like the message was for me and those of you that are like me who felt like I had let something go and then was still kind of hanging on to it and kind of worrying with it. Like, geez, did I really say that? Or did I really act that way? Or did it really happen the way it happened? Because sometimes your mind can play tricks on you, right? The lies that we tell ourselves, right? Being truthful with ourselves. That just came up recently as well. So I think for me, it was about emotions that we're ready to release. Instead of playing the same record over and over in our head of, well, I've always reacted this way before, so shouldn't I react that way now? When there's a bigger part of you that says, no, you've grown since then. You don't need to act like that. You don't need to react that way. Feelings want to be felt. But once you feel them and once you acknowledge them, let them go. And for me, that's what this message meant, was to let those emotions go that no longer serve your highest good. Why are we worrying what other people think and what other people say when the most important thing is, how do you feel about yourself? And what about your negative self-talk? It's time to let that go. You're worthy of abundance. You're worthy of quality friendships. You're worthy of a good job that you like and that they treat you with respect. So you have to be able to let go of the old records, that just don't play. They're not playing your song anymore, okay? So they really wanted me to reiterate that it's not about being critical of yourself. It's just about releasing the part of you that doesn't resonate with anymore. When I was younger, I had true red hair. I could get pissed off really fast. And now it takes a lot longer in most cases. I'm not saying it doesn't ever happen. I'm giving myself a little wiggle room. But, you just don't react the way you used to. You grow up, you mature. At least hopefully you do. And so you don't react the same way. So it's ridiculous to hold on to those old thoughts and feelings about how you should or should not be, right? So that was the main message for that. So I hope you guys had a great St. Patty's Day here in the Kansas City area. We're having, we had winter yesterday and this morning, and then we're going to have spring Wednesday, Thursday, and then we're going to have summer Friday, Saturday, and then I think we're back to winter and Monday. I don't know. So it's been crazy. So people are all over the place. Your bodies don't know how to react. You don't know whether to be hot or cold, or it's kind of like Mother Nature's having menopause, in my opinion. I don't know what's going on. Okay, let's see. I'm going to jump in the chat room and see what we've got going here. And I have to look on my phone because the way this is set up with me and my eyesight, I can't read. Maybe I can sit in here. No, I can't. I'm not going to lie. Chrissy's in the house. She says, oops, and I undid all that. Here we go. She says, I need advice about my job situation, please. Okay. Well, Chrissy, the first thing I'm getting is you already know what to do. You need, I think the company doesn't have the same integrity as you do. You can stay. I think it's going to be your choice whether you want to stay or go, but pretty soon, if you don't find another job that you like better, that's going to have better benefits and you're going to be happier, the universe will force you out. That's what happens. The universe always loves to give us our choice first. Do you want to stay or do you want to go? And if you're kind of like me, on some jobs, I kind of procrastinated because I was unsure of what the next job held and, to have to go through that whole hiring process and all the other. But the universe, no matter what you choose, the universe always makes sure you get set on the right track. So you can either rip the Band-Aid off now and find another job ahead of time, or the universe will take care of it for you and put you in a situation where you have to start looking and you don't have the support of the job. So choose wisely is what I'm hearing, okay? Alrighty, let's see. Jill's in the house. She goes, hey, Peggy, I can hear you. Thanks for joining, Jill. I so appreciate you. It means the world to me. And Julie, a good dear friend, she goes, hi, Peggy. And let's see. Renee is also saying, hello, Peggy, I can hear you. Thanks, Renee. You guys are so sweet to show up. I really appreciate you. And Julie, I think you said your daughter's here too. I think you were telling me that, right? So hopefully she's here and has a question. She's a sweetheart as well. Jennifer's in the house. She says, hi, Peggy. Is Chad spying on my phone? I think he's tried, but I don't think he's been successful. I think you can block your phone. You can block it to where you can't, but I feel like he tried. I feel like he attempted it, but is he right this minute? I'm hearing no. Okay. I hope that helps. And your son, he's feeling all of this right now. This is a message for you. He's feeling all the angst between you and his dad, and he loves you to pieces. He's very protective of you, but he also loves his dad. So the two of you need to kind of talk things over, or when you have those discussions that are upsetting, don't do it to where he can hear, okay? He's got a big heart. He just, he loves you both, okay? Jennifer says, oh, that's one, okay. And Renee says, nice to hear you. It's nice to hear you too, and I love your posts on Facebook. I've been enjoying following you and some of the things you've been putting out there. Peggy Z says, yes, hear you. Yay! Thanks for you guys' help. I was kind of nervous about this one. I've been having some computer issues, and I was like, please, not today. Not for Wednesday. Let's get through this Wednesday. Good news, too, on a side note, Mercury goes back direct Friday. I think it's Friday. And then Friday also, before I forget, is the first day of spring. And what's so great about that is I love spring, and the fact it's my 20th anniversary of being smoke free. And for me, who was a 2-pack-a-day smoker, I mean, it was a miracle. But, I asked God for help, so I should have expected a miracle, and I got it. So, okay, now let's look. Let's see. Anna Rodriguez says, good day. Well, good day to you, and thanks for showing up. Brandy's in the house. Hey, Brandy. Talk about a really sweet and kind person. That's Brandy for you. She has a great laugh. I enjoy her energy. She says, hi, Peggy. Oh, sweet Wednesday. It's Brandy. It looks like Sherry. Is that how you say your name? Hi, I found last week's chat first and was chatting there. Now, see, are you taking lessons from me on the computer? You never know where you're going to end up when you join my chat room, right? Christy says, hi, Peggy. I need advice about, okay, I gave you that, job situation. Let's see. Tara here. She says, I'd love a message about work. I'm not feeling very good right now. Definitely resonating with what you were saying. Yeah, all the shifts, I'm telling you, the energy, I really feel like Mother Nature's been on, is going through menopause with all the weather and stuff like that. And another friend of mine and I were talking, and it almost feels like Mother Nature's kind of pissed off at us with the way that we're treating her. And we've got volcanoes going off, we've got tornadoes, we've got ice storms, we've got thunderstorms, we've got snow, we have flooding. It's been crazy. And I think all that throws us all into almost uncertainty of like, why is this all happening now? I mean, Phoenix is going to have, for the first time in recorded history, they're predicting the hundreds this week. Well, I lived in Phoenix for quite some time, and you don't see the hundreds out there until May. And this is March. Like I said, they're setting records. They're breaking records. And I talked about the weather here. I mean, we've got summer, fall, spring, summer in 4 days. It's just nuts. Everything's going nuts. The politics, just everything feels like an upheaval. The war that's going on. It's just, it can be very overwhelming. And I'm telling you, if I didn't have people to talk to and the angels to talk to, I might get a little bit more than I can handle. So what I will tell you guys, you're never alone, ever, ever, ever. The angels are around you. All you have to do is talk to them like you're talking to me or talking to somebody else, and then stay open, and they'll give you answers. They're here to comfort and guide us. We have to have faith. It's real easy to have faith when everything is going smooth, right? It's a little bit harder when things are in chaos, which in my mind, there's a lot of that going on right now. But one of the biggest things I've learned to do is to take that breath, just and let it go. You can feel it, your whole energy just settle down to where you can take that next step. You can process what's going on. For me, I don't turn on the news anymore. I watch a certain station for just a certain amount of time. Other than that, I turn it over to God and the universe. I don't bury my head in the sand, but, I'm not going to come on here and be all political. I just think that we need to get back to the country that I was born with, where we're all kind and nice. I mean, we weren't always kind and nice, but for the most part, love one another, right? I grew up in a neighborhood. Everybody in the neighborhood knew who you were, whose kids you were, and what time you were supposed to be home. They knew if you were not supposed to be out at dark. Everybody knew everybody's business, right? And everyone pitched in to help others when they were down, when they were having hard times. But right now we've got a lot of anger. So what I'm doing when I see somebody that's angry and very upset is, honestly, I'm just envisioning them encircled in white light and radiant pink light, because pink is love, right? How can you be angry when you're feeling a lot of love? So if you just start, just visualizing them wrapped up in a pink blanket and or white light, it'll calm them down. I have faith in that. And I had a palm reader tell me when I was 16, he looked at my palm, he shook his head, and, I didn't know. I said, what do you do? What are you shaking your head for? He goes, you couldn't be an atheist if you tried. And he's right. I have my faith in the universe and God and the angels is so strong. I don't care what you say or do. You couldn't ever shake me from that faith. So, if you need help, you need somebody to talk to, if you don't have anybody, you can call me at 12listen. I'll gladly give you a reading. Stop by here on Wednesdays and I'll give you some, answers from your angels. But don't ever feel like you're alone, because you're not ever, ever. Okay. Let's see here. Let's get back up here. Okay, Anna says, hello, is there a reason why I clench my teeth at night? Oh, let's just see. Look at you here. You're not learning how to relax. It's just like, I feel like you're so tense during the day that it just carries over. They're telling me you don't feel safe. You might want to look at that. I don't know if I'm hearing number one, clear the energy out of the room that you're sleeping in. You can do that with sage or Palo Santo, but I'm hearing for you to use the Copal. It's spelled Copal. That really cuts through the negative energy. Take yourself a salt bath. Clear your energy. You're holding on to stuff that it's time to let go of. Okay. Kind of like what I was talking about earlier, of just letting your actions or your feelings from long ago, let them go, because you don't need them anymore. You've changed, you've grown, you're stronger. And you don't need to hold on to, I'm going to call it for myself, the childish ways, the childish reactions, right? Again, emotions, feelings just want to be felt. And once they're felt, then you can let them go. So look at it of what are you so scared of at night? Why are you clenching your teeth? And it usually means you're trying to hold on to something, and fear. And remember, fear is face everything and rise. Okay. So look at it and see what it is that you're afraid of, or what you think that you're afraid of. And then just say, thanks for showing up, but God and the angels have my back. And then just visualize letting go of that, and that, the angels take away the problems, whatever it is that you've been holding on to. Okay. I think that'll really help. But you do try the Copal. That's really nice. I have to have some right here. I'll show you if I can get this on the camera right. I got this from, there you go. I got it from Amazon. Oh my God, it's the nicest smelling. The other is a hard resin, and you burn it, and it's really, really smoky. Well, I live in an apartment complex, and I kept setting off the smoke alarm. So this Copal is a lot nicer, and it's got a lovely smell to it. So try that, okay? Let's see here. Oh, Chrissy, you're welcome. Peggy Z says, Peggy, may I have a message about my daughter who has estranged herself from me and most of the family? Will she someday allow communication? Yes, I feel like she's under the influence, if you will, of a narcissist. So there's not really much you can do except for envision her being surrounded in pink light, love, or white light, either one of them. Just wrap her up in there. Just continue to reach out from time to time. You'll be there when she really needs you. She's wrapped up with somebody who has convinced her of falsehoods, and that nobody else would really want her or have anything to do with her if they really knew the real her. All these mind games. So I do think she's going to be okay. What I'm hearing is these are lessons that she needs to learn, and all you can do is hold her in love and light, right? We all pray for our kids. Our kids sometimes don't make the wisest decisions as far as we're concerned. And with us, the parents, we know better. I'm making light of it, but you know what I'm talking about. But they signed up for certain lessons, and they have to learn those lessons. But what you can do is just let her know you'll be there. And before long, she'll be back. Okay, so just open her with open arms and let her tell you at her pace what's happened. Okay, but she loves you a whole lot. She's just under this influence of a person that's not very nice. Okay, big hugs to you. Let's see here. Julie says, congratulations, Peggy. Thank you. It was 20 years. It went by fast. But again, one of the things I asked, I said, okay, God, if you want me to do Reiki, which is what I was doing at the time, I said, then you've got to take away the cigarette smoke because I can't hold both in at the same time. And I said, I don't want any cravings. I don't want any bitchiness. I don't want any of that. I don't want the weight gain from it. I don't want anything. And, I haven't. So I was really blessed. So to me, they just affirmed that I took the right fork in the road and that I was supposed to do the healings and the angel readings and the stuff that I'm doing. So, yeah, I'm real happy with that. But that all goes to God and the universe, right? Let's see here. Shelby is asking, hey, Peggy, I wanted to ask if there was anything the universe wanted me to know to get through this phase in my life. Your angels have a great sense of humor. They're saying you already know exactly what it is that you need to start doing. They're laughing. They're saying stay open. You really don't know it all. None of us do. If you stay open to receive, they're going to start giving you more and more messages, and maybe a word or two at a time. But you're very intuitive. You just haven't chosen to awaken to your own strengths yet. I think sometimes it may scare you a little bit, but you're very talented. You're very intuitive. I do feel like there's some real big changes right around the horizon for you. And what they're asking you to do is to keep yourself grounded. I think for you, it's easy to get all excited and go off one way going, oh yeah, this is what I'm supposed to do, blah, blah. And then you go, wait a second, this doesn't feel right. Something's wrong. So they're asking you to take that breath first before you take off, before you take flight. Take that breath, ground yourself. Use crystals if you have to keep your energy grounded. You're a teenager. Your energy is just taking off. You've got such beautiful, beautiful energy, but sometimes you don't allow that to show. And they're saying just stop doing what it is you think other people want you to do, and just be you in a respectful way. Be you. You're such a nice. I love your energy. It gets me excited to think of your possibilities. I can't wait to hear from you in 4 months, 2 months. Okay. So keep me posted on how it goes, but just be you. Okay. Alrighty. Let's see here. Brandy's son had a great interview this week. And then it says did something did I get cut off? Hold on. Oh, we are hopeful that he will get the job. Any thoughts coming in? We are manifesting. I'm feeling like he'll get it. It feels good. It feels positive for him. If it's not that job, it's the next one, because it feels like there's 2 back to back. So I don't know if he had 2 interviews that were back to back, or 2 separate job interviews that he went back to back on. But I see 2 job offers. Is what I'm seeing. So I do feel like he's going to get one of these 2 jobs. They like the way that he handled himself in the interview and his enthusiasm, yet his calmness, and how he responded to the questions and the situations they put forth to him. Okay, so it feels really, really good. So if the one job that you're talking about, if that's not the one that went through, I'm seeing 2. So I see 2 job offers. All right, so I think he'll get to pick and choose which one he wants. Okay, Jill is asking, will my mother's health continue to decline or will her memory get better and cancer in remission? Oh, geez. I'm not a physician by any means. What I'm hearing is I think that your mom has a decision to make. It feels like she's trying to decide if she wants to stay or go. All right. It's one of the things I firmly believe that we have several exit interviews, so to speak, that we can take, that we signed up for. And I think that she's coming up to one. But again, I feel like it's going to be her choice whether or not she decides to stay or go. I don't feel like, I don't think the cancer will stay in remission if it is in remission now. They're saying just ask her. Say, Mom, are you ready to go? Just ask her. I don't know if she has dementia, but she'll be honest with you. She wants you to be honest with her with what's going on. Have that candid conversation. And you'll know the right time to talk to her about this. It feels like it's coming up soon, if it hasn't already. And her biggest fear is she's afraid she's going to be alone. And I get this a lot from people who are ready to go, but they're like, I'm scared. I don't know what it's like. I've crossed over and come back, so I know what it's like. And it's beautiful. It's amazing. It's the most breathtaking ever. I don't have words to explain. But at the same time, it really wasn't my time to go. I mean, they told me at the time I could choose if I wanted to go then or stay. And with the options they gave me, I said stay. And it was an instant feeling the heaviness all over again. But I feel like with your mom, she just doesn't want to be alone. And let her know the loved ones on the other side will be waiting for her. She will not be alone. You may not be there with her, and maybe some other family members will not be there, but she will not be alone. We never are. When we cross over, you're never alone. They always come to get you, okay? So, but have the conversation with her. It's time, okay? Let's see here. Let's see. That's part of that other. What color am I? What do you mean by that, Jill? I'm not sure what you're talking about there. You'll have to let me know. I mean, that's just not. Are you talking about your aura? Is that what you're talking about? Type in the message. I don't know what you're saying there. Jennifer says, Tom got his chiropractic adjustment today. It was so good for him. Well, good. I'm glad to hear that. That's really good. Anna's saying, yes, on the message from today. Good. You're so welcome. Oh, Peggy. She goes, thank you, Peggy and the angels. You're so welcome. Oh, shoot. I hit the wrong button. Okay, let's see here. I'm feeling anxious about a piece of mail I'm going to receive soon. Am I going to be able to resolve the error easily? Let's see. I'm hearing yes. Going to receive. I'm anxious. Yeah, let the anxiety go. I mean, what's going to be is going to be in the writing, but I don't feel like it's anything that you have to worry about. I mean, again, I feel like your guides and angels are working behind the scenes. I feel like if you get this letter you're talking about tomorrow, I feel like there's going to be another one. See, tomorrow's what? Thursday? There'll be another one Friday or Saturday that almost turns right around and contradicts what the one tomorrow says. You know what I'm saying? So don't take to heart exactly whatever this letter says. Give it a day or two and see if you don't get a follow-up letter or a conversation about that. Fear is only just face everything and rise. Don't let somebody else's statement or threats or whatever keep you from being you and keep you from doing what you need to do and where you're supposed to do it at, right? That's between you, God, and the universe, right? It's not between you and some person here. So I'm hearing don't worry about it. Like earlier, let it go. Okay, just let it go. Let's see here. Michelle says, I'd love to know what you see for my career and what is on the horizon. Michelle, the first thing I'm getting is I'm hearing big changes, and I'm not meaning just something little. It's almost like a surprise. Some job you applied for 6 months ago, all of a sudden, they want to second interview you or third interview you, or somebody says, hey, look, I just took over this company. I want to do this and this. Can you help me? I feel like there's a huge opportunity coming your way. It feels relatively soon. I'm not good with times, but it feels soon. It feels like before summer. So I'm feeling spring. So it feels good for you. I feel like these changes that are coming about are ones that you've manifested. And so you brought it all on yourself, and that's a good thing. It's a real good thing that you've done. In fact, I'm hearing way to go, girl. So it feels very exciting. You'll have to keep me posted, but it feels great. Okay. Let's see here. Shelby says, thank you. You're so welcome, honey. Thank you, Peggy. We will pray for all good things. Congratulations on smoke free for so many years. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. Your aura. Well, auras change constantly. I mean, remind me and I'll show you a picture of an aura, because you can be all calm and peace and whatever, and you can have light greens and whatever, and you can be fired up about something somebody said to you, and you can have, orange and bright red and whatever. So, to me, your energy, when I see you, the way I see pinks and whites. You have a really spiritual aura. It's nice to be around. So, but that doesn't mean that you can't be a strong person, because you're a very strong person. You know what I'm saying? So, but I hope that helps. We'll talk about it. Let's see here. Okay. And I think that's it. Let me refresh one more time. I can't believe the half hour's gone already, guys. Let's see here. Let's see. I think I got everybody. Let's see. I'm scanning real fast. I'm hurrying. Okay, well, I want to thank each and every one of you for showing up. I really appreciate you. This brings me such joy to be able to give readings. I just love it. I love sharing the messages. If you like this, I hope you will like and subscribe if you haven't already, and share it with your friends and family. Have them subscribe, have them like my page, and remember, I do Monday, Wednesday, and Friday mornings. I do Mondays, I do the start of the week. Wednesday, I do midweek, and then Friday, I do for the weekend. So stay in touch, stay tuned. Until Friday, sending each and every one of you blessings, light, love, and angel hugs. Take care.